In this session of risk management, I want you to learn a few things. 2 main points is for you to understand the relationship between risk management, performance evaluation, and quality assurance in the health supply chain context. You need to have skills and capacity to manage the risk. What does this involve? It involves understanding how health supply chain works as a system all the way from manufacturing to dispensing and reverse logistics. Remember yesterday when we were looking at the quality control and quality assurance, right from the manufacturer to the service users. All the risks that could go along the way from the manufacturer's point to the shipping, to the transporting, to the warehousing, to, up to the end user point. There are so many risks there. How do you manage the risks? Number 1 is you have to identify the risk factors. What are the potential risks that you may encounter? You identify them, yeah? Once you do that, you evaluate them because you want to know which ones may happen, the likelihood of each, yeah? And then you prioritize those risks because you want to pay attention on the ones that you know are likely to happen. And also the ones that are likely to happen but may have heavy impact, higher impact. Risks can be avoided, they can be transferred, they can be accepted, or they can be reduced. You will finalize this. We've taken the pictures, but now we want to make sure that we also reward your commitment. This week you have been great. As a facilitator, my energy comes from the room on how you keep your time, how you engage, how you share your knowledge with each other, how you respond, keeps us giving you more. And you've been wonderful. And with every good performance, there's always a good reward.
Honestly, it's one of the most robust training, detailed, structured training on supply chain I've ever attended. I've attended a number of them, but this one stands out as one of the most well-organized and in content and in delivery.
At the end of the training, we prepared our plan of action, which is very helpful. So it's like summarizing your training every day. And at the end of the course, you have handy one-page document what you are going to do in another 1 year. So it's very helpful and it's very different from other trainings.
If you go towards the end of the learning log, there is a page there. This is where we now turn the work to you so that all the talk we have been giving since Monday to now has to now be captured in some concrete learning next steps learning action plans that you want to go back with and implement in your country.
The trainers are fantastic. They impact knowledge and they stimulate a challenge for excellence. And they give a spirit that with good knowledge and practice, health supply chain will solve basically all the problems, virtually all the problems you have in the health system.
You could see the trainers narrow down most of the experiences to life experiences in the field, exactly what we see in the field. They give us examples, they narrow the training down to what you do in your own country. And also areas where we had challenges, we would like to have improvement, they were able to touch on it. For me, it's a real hands-on, and I'm grateful I'm able to be a part of the training.
My greatest takeaway is the challenge for excellence, to be innovative, to build quality assurance into your system, to have a system, to be systematic, such that your goals will be achieved with the minimal constraints.
My greatest takeaway is you could actually impact change. Change starts from you. And then you just need to be honest on what you really want to achieve. And then you need to inform others on what you're trying to do. As a teamwork, nobody's an island, so you have to work together towards achieving your goal.
I see an improved me going back to Nigeria and being able to do things I didn't know how to do before. I give you an example, how I can integrate humanitarian supply chain into the normal program supply chain. I was able to see the integration in this training.
Definitely, I'm going to recommend this course to all the mid-level managers who are working in the supply chain course. This is a very helpful course. It includes all the elements of public health supply chain. It's going to help all the professionals who work in supply chain.
I recommend it to people, especially that work in the public health supply chain systems. It's an avenue to learn from others because you have a lot of people coming from different backgrounds, and probably some of your problems can be solved. Probably some already have solved those issues, and then you can benchmark from them.
I want to say a big thank you, because before I never had a supply chain training, despite all the years of practice, and this training has actually brought to fore that things can be better organized, that knowledge is very important in achieving success. And I'm grateful because we keep learning, and it has put everything into perspective. It has helped my mind to be better organized.
I just want to say thank you to Pamela and her team. They were really great. They took really good care of us, and then they really passed the message across. 1 week is a really short time for you to actually understand supply chain, but she did a really great job to provide the end-to-end knowledge.
I give kudos to Pamela still. It's one African woman that I wish all of us as African women can follow her footsteps, because these are rare opportunities for us in Sub-Saharan to have a caliber of woman like this. She's taking, we can see the passion she takes with the job. And for me as a person, I'm seeing her as my mentor. Although she's worked in an organization where I worked before, and she drives the mandate of my organization. And for me, I see her as a mentor. And the other trainers have been fantastic. They also, they know their onions. And I think that's something a lot of us who came for the training will be taking home with, that we have somebody we can call a mentor.
For Pamela still, I continue to pray for her and pray for our crew for continuous strength, energy, resourcefulness, so that they can change the face of supply chain in Africa and indeed the world.